Hi guys, I'm Ryan Houston and welcome to my fly tying channel. The channel contains hundreds of different videos catering from beginners right through to the more advanced tyers and covering flies and patterns from all around the world. If you like what you see, stick around until the end of the video where generally you'll find the pattern description, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Let's get on with the show.
Hi guys, so I'm going to have a go here at a fly that I seen tied the other day, and this is a combination of Ali's shrimp and a Sunray shadow, so it's an Ali's Sunray. I have about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch or an inch of plastic 3.2 outer here, and I have flared this end of it, and then it's being held in the tube holder by the tension of the bar. So thread Beavis 80 black, and I'm going to start here just at about the point where I would be wanting the hook holding part. So the thread compresses the tubing, gives us a little gully here, and what we're going to do is we're going to tie a tag into this, and for this I'm using a Vineyards 14 silver. So I just put it in that it's the length of the little gully that I've created, and wrap back over it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some super glue onto my thread, and I'm going to wrap that into that little gully so that then when I wrap the tinsel, it'll adhere to that. While I'm still in the gully, I'm just going to put 1 or 2 turns across that just to hold it down, because I'm going to use it then as the rib of the fly as well. And then I'm going to come forward along my shank and create a thread bed to hold. Put that out of there. So, rear part of the body then, as in your standard Ali's, I'm going to use Glow Bright 4 here for this. I'll take a strand of that out. I'm going to catch it across its middle, match the 2 ends up here, therefore it slides on my thread. Slide that down to the halfway point, a couple of turns just to hold it in place, and then I'm going to wrap backwards and then come back over itself. So I have 2 strands wrapping backwards, so even if I miss a little bit, make a gap on the way back up, it'll have an underbody of itself. If you wanted, you could go with white thread or even UV thread or something like that underneath it if you wanted. Some people also put like tinsels underneath, flosses, to get truer colors. So once I get up to here, then I will tie that off and tie it forward then. Trim. And then the front half of the body we're going to do with black floss. So same idea, length of black floss, catch it across its middle, slide it down, tie it on, and then wrap backwards, so therefore there's 2 strands wrapping backwards. Once we get to our junction, we then start to travel forward. Tie it in underneath, fold it back, trim it off, and then I'm going to rib the body. So I don't want too many turns of this, maybe 4 or 5 at most. Tie it off, fold it back, that is our body tied. Now time to do the underwing. So for the underwing I'm going to use grey squirrel. So I'm taking a bunch of grey squirrel, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab it, pinch it by the ends, and then get rid of the under fur. That should match up the white tips roughly for me as well. If you want, you can put it in a hair stacker, but that can look a little bit unnatural. So I'm going to swap hands, trim this flat, set it in so that the back of the the end of the cut ends is just at the back of the flare that I have here. 2 or 3 turns over that. Just use my nail to just flare it out a bit across the top of the shank. Now I'm going to put in a couple of strands of flash, so I'm going to use a micro crystal hair here in pearl. I'm setting that on to be the length of the underwing and fold it back, a couple of turns across that, and trim that off. And then I'm going to take super glue. I'm going to glue up about a couple of inches of my tying thread and then wrap over that, so that will sink into those cut ends and secure the whole thing down. So wing, this is not an overly long one that I'm tying here. This one's probably about 60-70 mil, but I'm going to use goat anyway. If you're tying a bigger one, you could use, well, you'd have to use goat, but you might want to use something as an underwing as well, so something like Nayat or maybe a fox or something like that. So if I take a bunch of my goat, what you'll find is that there's different lengths in it. So because I'm not tying an overly long one here, I'm just going to pull them apart there and then realign them. And then I'm going to measure this out for length till about there. Swap hands, trim that off, set it up on top. Again, measuring it to the back of the flare, and I just want to flare it out a bit across the top of the tube. And then the same idea, I'm going to glue up my thread. Tie that down. A little bit of a brush out. And then to finish it, what we're going to do is going to put a couple of strands of peacock herl over the top of that. So 3 strands here. I'm just going to set them up on top of them. Peacock herl is flat, so you just have to be careful that when you tie it on it doesn't roll the wrong way around, otherwise it kicks up all over the place. So that'll sit up on top. Turn that off. Bind it down. Again, I'm going to this time varnish, or sorry, super glue maybe 10 centimeters of tying thread. Start at the front, move back roads. While it's still wet, finish that off. So that's our fly tied. It'll need varnishing, so once that dries, what we'll do is we'll give it some clear varnish, then possibly a coat of black. Take that off and get one that we've done already. So if I just take my clear varnish, so that is our Ollie's Sunray. I've tied it as well in a couple of different sizes. So this one being about 10 centimeters, then there's one about 8, and then this one's about 6 or 7. So I found it an interesting idea. Hopefully you did too. So that is our Ollie's Sunray. So thank you for watching until the end of the video. Please take this opportunity to hit the subscribe button down below. Tell your friends about the channel, and if you want to watch some more of my content, then check out some of the links that are appearing in your screens at the minute. As per usual, I hope you enjoyed the video, so until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.